Hey, Christy, happy December. Hope you are doing well. I finally got a chance to come and read your request here and what you're trying to work on. And I'm going to try and go through the process and explain it to you. There's a few pieces at play here. So it's going to feel like it gets complicated, but really, once we just get it worked out to the right spots, you're very, very close on the flow that you built. Okay? So I'm going to hop into your system. And first off, just poke around. I found the EasyBee that you had set up here with your app. Okay. I checked the web form for sending them in through that. The web form looks great and is working fine. Then I checked some things on the seller lead side and made sure that everything was in place for you. Okay. So that being said, what I found in your flow is right here. This is the one with the EasyBee activity. Um, First off, the wait for 30 seconds is generally going to work because Carrel will submit, and by the time Carrel does its thing, creates the new lead, 30 seconds will about be up, and this will start to do its process. There are times, just have to warn you, that Podio, if it's running slowly, um, it may trigger this and the other one hasn't finished yet and it goes and you still end up with duplicates. There's a way around that by running flows at a different time frame, either hourly or kind of manually throwing them in the bucket. And if we go and click the button, it pushes it through. And then if we haven't clicked the button by the next hour, then it runs. But I don't want to confuse you with that. I just wanted to let you know there is a slight chance right there for hiccup um, based on what you expressed your desire. But moving on to the phone number variable, this is what's causing you some headaches right now. The code that you've pasted in here, what you're ultimately trying to do is I can tell you copied this from the inbound Carrel flows because you're trying to tell the computer to go to a certain field and read the text looking for a certain thing. Now on Carrel, I've got it pulled up here. We have to do this because the notification comes in as a big note field, and finding the phone number in here, it makes us read through it, find this, then parse out that, then get this, and then go and update that into the phone number field. Okay? You're not having to do that with your EasyBee leads because they're not sending it through in one big text field. They're already breaking it down into a specific seller phone field. Okay? So, what you actually need to do is a different code right here, and I'll give you the code that you need off of one of my sheets right here. This program, sorry, the preg replace and strips out characters on the phone. Okay, so we're going to paste that in. Now, I'm going to real quick just hit cancel. I need to refresh from Podio because I added something that I'll show you in just a moment. Alrighty, so we're gonna go to EasyBee. We're gonna switch what we're stripping out on the phone right here. This is the code I prefer to use. So the EasyBee seller phone, basically whatever they submit to us, we'll take it and we'll strip out characters. We'll then update it just so that those stripped out characters are there. Then we search for items in your Prime where the seller phone contains, because it may have more than one phone number, the variable phone number. Now, only one issue that you're going to run into here, the format that we strip for when we have to take out characters, it ends up direct numbers like this. If we look in your Seller Leads app, you have numbers primarily that contain a dash or something like that. Okay. So I had to jump into your seller leads and add a special field for you that makes it so that it's searchable. I'll hit modify template and show you. I called it searchable phone, and I took the seller phone field and I just told it to list it out with no variables. This makes it more matchable for our search because sadly, without doing this, if we look directly in this field, I could have the same phone number 123-435-7777. Um, but if I had that with dashes here and then EasyBee submitted it without dashes, it would not be a match. So I have to clear everything, stripped out completely, and search against that. Now I'm making this an always hidden field for you so that it's tucked away out of sight. Okay. So now that we have that, we've got the correct variable here. We're going to, instead of searching seller phone, we're going to search against the searchable phone. That's what I was just talking about. We're going to see if that field contains our variable phone number. Okay. And now the rest of this looked really good. If the item ID is not blank, meaning we found something, then we are going to add a comment that we're updating that one. We're going to then update the collected one with this information. Now, one fair warning I need to give you here. I've seen clients fill it out like this and then get upset because the update occurs and it's an existing lead already in the system, and you had filled out stuff on asking price or quick reference notes. You had put a bunch of data in there. And now you've just told it that if EasyBee comes and fills it out, overwrite whatever you had there before with new data from EasyBee. And you will have scenarios where this wipes out your data and is a pain in the butt. I think you've seen this before, but you could come and hit the undo button. It'll say that EasyBee made a change. You could view changes and revert. But just be aware the flow that you've built right here does have potential of doing that. Okay. Then it adds a comment. Hey, they called again. Boom. It does say see details in the call history field, and you are not updating the call history field. So if you want that part to be true, then we do need to come here and find the call history field. Not sure where it is on yours. Oh, call log. Is it clear up there at the top? No, that's when you're touching a thing. Maybe you don't have a call history field anymore. You might have removed it. Oh, call records. There we go. Um, so if you want that part to be true, we do want the call record to be updated. And we could do something like leave whatever was in the call records before, and then add the EasyBee lead ID item there. I don't know if you want that. If you do that, you need to make sure that this field modify relationship. Oh, you have connects to EasyBee, so that's good. So it looks like you do want that, so I'm going to leave that piece for you right there to save it. Then we're looking good, looking good. If you don't, you create a new one, looking good, looking good. Again, here we don't put it in the field, so I'm going to add it. You can delete this if you need. I'm sure you understand this part. You're smarter than me on this, so this will be current. All right. I do recommend that we put an end if statement just so that we get back out to the raw, so if you add stuff later, it's not under a sanity check. And one little goofy thing that I'll tell you is the comments updated seller lead or created new lead, and it gives that Podio item ID. There's actually a new way that we can do this that is pretty cool, where we can link directly to it so that on the EasyBee lead, instead of seeing here's some random number, it is actually a URL link that'll go to it. And this has to do with the Podio syntax of how something works in here. Um, but I've got to paste it. I don't even have it memorized. If we use this syntax, podio.com/x/y/items/ and then we put that ID number that you're generating, what happens is that takes him directly to the number. So we're going to copy this. We're going to drop it in your flow here. And I'm going to add just a little bit of code to make it a pretty link instead of just an ugly URL. Go there now. Paste in, so it's that address slash the created ID number, parentheses, and that time it will actually link you directly to it. Pretty cool. Okay, so now that I see this, it looks like we have set this up to function as you would like it to function. All those pieces are in place. I'm going to hit save. I do have to comment first. I was laughing because you said that you'd been wasting your whole day on this flow. I came to check flow history here and I noticed, oh man, you really have throughout the whole day. You've tried so many different things and saved it, all of these on today. Um, Good job. You were fighting it and you got it really close. It was a good flow that you built. Just a couple pieces needed changed. So let's test it and make sure what I've told you so far is actually valid. So we're going to come and don't need this tab, don't need this tab, don't need this tab. Okay, I'm going to put in a new seller. We're going to call it 6-2. And I don't want that number. I actually want the number that I had done before. Oh, I had done my number. Okay. Yes. And for these, I'm just going to fill out anything. And I want a lot of money. Okay, I'm going to submit. I love your comment that you gave them here for your confirmation page. Good work. So, come back to my EasyBee leads. I'm going to refresh it here. All right, I've got my new one. I had sorted by seller name on accident, so don't worry about why it's out of order. That's because of me. So right here's that new one. And it just came in a few seconds ago. It's running the flows that I've asked it to run. Actually, it's waiting for 30 seconds and then start running the flows. We see that it has that updated seller lead, go there now. I typed an extra parenthesis apparently, but that's a link that I can click on. And why did it not work? Why isn't it taking me to the created? We're going to check something. No, don't need that. Seller URL link item, updated seller lead. Go there now. Okay, I'll work on that link to get it giving you what you want. I don't know why it's not taking me there. Okay, sorry. I'll update your link there, but you can see now that's a link that'll take you straight to the item. It'll go through and it will have it. I'll just clone one here real quick with a new number. 6-3. 5. I'll save a new one. See if it works any different for me. Oh, that's why, because we had the URL right there. In fact, that one we can leave as the URL. I don't need this piece in front of it. I complicated that piece. That's why. Okay, but for my new one that I just did, 6-3, it says, okay, created a new one. Go there now. And if I click on that, it's going to take us over there. There's test 6-3, has that stuff. It's got a lead score of 5. I like it. I feel like it's running exactly as you need right now. It put that record in there to their call note, so if I needed to go back and see it, I can see directly what ECB put, and you should be set. So this long video, just wanted to make sure you had all the details you needed on it. Be aware of the couple things I said. You may override it, or the time delay may not be sufficient, but it should be close. Hopefully this gets you headed down the right track, and we can follow up later if you need any adjustments.